and services highlighting the real-life impact of the Teacher Residency Academy and celebrating our middle school student athletes. Big shout out to the 6th graders at Floyd Middle Magnet for helping us kick off this episode. Teaching is more than a profession. It's a calling. And through the MPS Teacher Residency Academy, aspiring educators are gaining the skills and confidence to make a lasting impact in the classroom. We visited Danley Elementary School to meet one graduate who's doing just that. Inside this 2nd grade classroom at Danley Elementary, you'll find Miss India Richardson, an MPS Teacher Residency Academy graduate now in her 3rd year of teaching.
What sound does that make?
I teach all the subjects. I'm self-contained. So I teach 2nd grade, and this is my 3rd year teaching.
Richardson says her experience in the Teacher Residency Academy prepared her with the knowledge and confidence to manage her classroom and connect with students.
It has taught me the art and science of teaching, and it's given me practical strategies that I can apply to my classroom. It taught me about the different levels of understanding and how to engage with the student.
The program doesn't just prepare teachers to teach, it helps them stay. Danley Elementary Principal Andrea Sewell says the program has strengthened her school's culture and teacher retention.
So for Danley, we've put several teachers in the last 2 or 3 years through the residency, and we've been able to sustain several of those teachers. So the teacher retention rate is higher. I think the burnout for those teachers come a little less because they do have that area of support.
For Miss Richardson, the impact she hopes to make extends far beyond academics.
I hope the impact I can make on my students when they leave is that they are confident to do anything that's put right in front of them. I hope to give them the 21st century skills they need to be successful, such as collaborating, communicating, and cooperating with others. So I just want my students to be the best version of themselves when they leave my class.
With teachers like Miss India Richardson leading the way, the MPS Teacher Residency Academy is shaping the next generation of educators and ensuring student success for years to come. Keeping our schools safe and supportive takes teamwork, from staff and students to parents and community partners. That's why our next story focuses on a team dedicated to the whole child. The Division of Student Services serves as an umbrella for the many programs that ensure every child in MPS is supported academically, socially, and emotionally. Associate Superintendent Dr. Kathleen Williamson says her team focuses on meeting the needs of the whole child, from health and counseling to behavior and family outreach. Through strong community partnerships, the division provides access to mental health support, food assistance, transportation, and even homebound instruction for students facing medical challenges. Dr. Williamson says the goal is simple: to ensure every student and family feels supported, valued, and connected to success.
We're able to bridge the gap, if you will, to help children overcome, and families overcome, some of those struggles so that we can make their school experience as normal as we can. We could not do this without teamwork. We have community partners that work with us to provide mental health services, to provide counseling services, in addition to what we have available within the district. We have partners who work with us so that our children can have bus passes, or families can have bus passes, so that we have a great partner that provides food services for us. So if a family is struggling with a little bit of food insufficiency, we can provide bags on a regular basis without anyone knowing, without bringing any attention to that family, just working with them to stand in the gap.
Dr. Williamson says her goal is to keep strengthening partnerships and make the division a true hub of care and collaboration for MPS families. At MPS, success doesn't just happen in the classroom. It's also on the field. Let's take a look at our middle school athletes who are showing teamwork, dedication, and school pride every game. I am joined now by one of our very own, LaKendrick Larkin. He is the digital media specialist. You and our entire communications team have done a phenomenal job covering high school sports and middle school sports.
Thank you, thank you.
And there was a lot of excitement surrounding our middle school sports recently with all of the championships. Break that all down.
So right now we've already crowned 3 champions. The first one was Floyd Middle Magnet for volleyball. Then we crowned Southland Middle School Rockets for middle school football. And then we went back to Floyd Middle Magnet for girls flag football.
Lots of excitement for not just our student athletes and their families, but also for the coaches, because they're putting in a lot of time to make sure that our student athletes are developed. So talk about a recent conversation you had with a longtime middle school coach.
So recently I sat down with Coach Terrence Vaughn over at Brubaker Middle School. He's the athletic director as well as coach, as well as a numerous sports coach. Yeah, we had a chance to sit down and talk about some stuff as far as, how to separate being an athletic director from being a head coach. Here's a little bit of what he had to say.
The administrative side, you have to deal with every sport that's going on during that season. You have to make sure that you're not overdoing it with the sport that you coach, because you are the head coach. So you have to make sure that you give that same time to the other sports that's going on. Making sure that they're straight, making sure they have all the equipment they need, making sure that the facility is ready for them when they have home games, or making sure when they travel, they have everything they need as well. So it's hard, but I've been doing it a long time, and I've kind of figured out how to do it.
So you can watch this full interview on our website, and as well as all of our social media channels. So it's Beyond the Locker Room, where we elevate the game one conversation at a time.
This is super, super exciting for our entire department and for our entire MPS family. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Before we wrap up, it's time for a quick MPS Mind teaser. Here's today's question. What does the acronym JAG stand for in JAG High School? Take a moment, think about it. If you guessed Johnson, Abernathy, and Gratz, you are correct. The name honors 3 civil rights leaders, Judge Frank Johnson, Pastor Ralph Abernathy, and Reverend Robert Gratz. That's it for this episode of MPS Now. Don't forget to send us your classroom shout outs. We love featuring our students and staff. Remember, our schools, our communities, our future. Be sure to watch, share, and stay connected with MPS on social media. We'll see you later.
So what does a typical game day look like as an athletic director and the head football coach?
Oh man, so typical game day is you get here, if it's a home game, make sure all the concessions, that's the first thing I do, is make sure the concessions are ordered. Make sure the field is lined off. Make sure you have all your markings on the field. And then you come inside, you make sure all the uniforms, which we pass out the day before, make sure all the kids have their uniforms. You kind of go over the game plan again with your coaches. Most of my coaches don't work here, so we're in text message or group chat. We make sure the headsets are done. Make sure the visitors have everything that they need on their side as well. The administrative side, you have to deal with every sport that's going on during that season. You have to make sure that you're not overdoing it with the sport that you coach, because you are the head coach. So you have to make sure that you give that same time to the other sports that's going on. Making sure that they're straight, making sure they have all the equipment they need, making sure that the facility is ready for them when they have home games, or making sure when they travel, they have everything they need as well. So it's hard, but I've been doing it a long time, and I've kind of figured out how to do it. My long-term vision is to make every student that plays sport here a student athlete. That's the biggest thing. We want them to win. One of our mottos is winning matters. And when we say winning matters, we're not just talking about on the field. We want to teach them how to win in the classroom, how to win at church, how to win in the community. All that is just building great students. That's the first and foremost thing that I'm trying to do, or we're trying to do here, is build great students. The athletic wise, we're just trying to build them for whatever high school that they're going to. So when they get to that high school to play their sport, they already have that building block to make them great athletes. Being that I've done all my years here at Brubaker, including my student teaching, I kind of modeled the way I coach around those guys that was here. Coach Michael Toms, Marty Baker, Dusty Baker. They taught me how to be very organized. That was one of the big things that they showed me what to do. Also, as far as the way they coached hard but fair. And even if you messed up, they wanted you to go 100%, no matter what you did. Now, going later in my life, it's crazy because I still model myself behind those guys. They're still out there coaching, and I'm still learning just from those guys there. My favorite part of my game day, honestly, is looking in the stands and seeing my 2 kids and my wife cheering us on. That's the best thing ever. To have a supportive family on what you do, and the way the way these sports take away from your family and them still coming to support you, that's the best feeling ever. Legacy that I want to leave, if it's greatness. I want these kids to understand the amount of time, the amount of resources and everything that we put in for them. And it's great here. It's different here. That's all. Another motto, it's different at the Brew. I want them to understand it's different because every place that you go, it's not going to be great. So I hope to leave that it's great here. I would like to coach me. Like it's a people pole to pole. I think whatever God's made me for my purpose. So instead of coaching circumstance, I'm not really so proud of that. Under abundance of chance, my head is bloody, but I'm out. Beyond this place of rap, the tears blooms, but the heart of the shady. And yet the minutes of the years fine, and shall find you unafraid. It matters not how straight the day, how charged with punishment and struggle. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. 1, 2, 3.